set my heart afire.
Today, we are at my alma mater, the California Golden Bears Memorial Football Stadium, and we're gonna give you guys an inside tour of what it's like to be a Cal football player. We're gonna talk with the players, get an inside look at the locker room, and much more. So without further ado, go Bears, let's go. So I'm standing here right now outside of the Cal Bears Aaron Rodgers locker room. Cal is thankful to have many amazing football players and notable alumni over the years, ranging from Aaron Rodgers, Marshawn Lynch, Justin Forsett, the list goes on. So one of Cal's most notable football alumni is Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers has gone on to make the big bucks in the NFL, winning multiple MVP awards. So he came back and decided to donate a locker room to his alma mater, Cal. Let's go check it out.
Right here is where we keep our pads and whatnot. There's a airflow system, so it just slowly dries off your pads and dries off your helmet so it stays fresh.
What's your favorite part about your locker?
Favorite part about my locker, the guys who I am next to. Got Bastion, got Jameson, Kai, all these guys. I just like all the people that I'm around in here. Before a game, we'll come in off the bus, we'll come in here, we'll undress, we'll get our pads on and whatnot, and then we'll go into team room and they'll have a hype video for us of some sort, some sort of like highlights with like big hits and whatnot with some pretty lit music in the back. And once we do that, then we're all just business as usual. We get all our stuff on, get taped up at the trainers if we need it, head up there, warm up.
Something that's really crazy about Cal's Memorial Stadium is the fact that the Hayward Fault Line runs directly through the football field. That's correct. It is legally obligated by Cal football that they have to tell all the opposing fans and the opposing football team that at any moment, the big one, the big earthquake that's gonna hit San Francisco could come ripping right through Cal's Memorial Stadium. A couple years ago, Cal had to do a billion, that's right, billion with a B dollar renovation to ensure that their football stadium, their fans, their players, and the opposing team was safe if they came to Memorial Stadium. Cal is now the most indebted athletic department in the country, but look at this beautiful stadium. I think it's all worth it. All right, so this is what Cal spent $1 billion on. See, every year, this is the fault line, and the stadium slips in each direction. This side of the stadium moving this way, and this one moving the other way, thus causing this gap. Do you guys think it's worth it? Would you attend a football game at Memorial Stadium? Comment down below. Just 52 miles away sits Cal's rivals, the Stanford Cardinal. The Bay Area has enjoyed Cal versus Stanford rivalry for years, and there's been plenty of great historic moments filled with amazing players that were participating in the big game, as they call it here at Cal. In 1982, during the Cal-Stanford rivalry football game called the Big Game, Cal was down, and with seconds left to go, in a series of lateral passes, they managed to run all the way down the field. However, the Stanford Marching Band thought they had already won the football game and time had expired, so they all rushed the field. During a series of lateral passes, Cal football passed it back and forth and managed to maneuver their way through the Stanford Marching Band and into the end zone. This game was deemed the game of the century by Sports Illustrated. Just listen to the play call by Cal Sports football announcer. It is absolutely crazy. Check it out.
Oh, the band is out on the field. He's going to go into the end zone. He's going into the end zone. The Bears have won. The Bears have won. Oh, my God. The most amazing, sensational, dramatic, heart-rending, exciting, thrilling finish in the history of college football.
Earlier this fall, I got to sit down with Cal football player and my friend, defensive lineman, Brett Johnson. Last year, in Brett's junior season, he was voted second team All Pac-12 preseason. Sadly, Brett sustained an injury during his junior season and was unable to play most of the games. However, this fall, I had another opportunity to sit back down with Brett Johnson again, and he gave me his preview for what he thinks Cal football is capable of doing this year.
My name is Brett Johnson. I play defensive line here at the University of California. I am from Arizona, that's where I went to high school, around the Phoenix area. Our recruiting process was a little bit slow. I expected more offers. The big thing for recruiting with me was coaches, knowing other coaches, It was my defensive line coach that knew one of the coaches here. It was my coach Derek Kennard, who knew Charlie Regal here, because Charlie Regal was a head coach at Chaparral High School in Phoenix. So they knew each other, they got in touch, and that's how I was able to get recruited here. I chose Cal because it's out of state, so I like that. I like being by the ocean, a nice, big, world-class city right there with San Francisco. So there's a lot for Cal to offer. Obviously, the institution itself is excellent, really good academics. I came to Cal looking for an adventure that would take me out of my comfort zone, but something that's not too far from home. What I like about the team is we've been through a lot together from COVID. No school really had as harsh of COVID implications or rules as Berkeley had, to my knowledge. So that was definitely a struggle for all of us, but we definitely came out stronger together, our bond more galvanized from that sort of experience.
Could you talk about in the Stanford game in 2020, you had 10 tackles despite the loss against your rivals. How'd that game feel for you?
It was a lot of fun. I just kind of felt like a savage out there on defense, just having a good time, making plays, running around. I played well, and it's never fun losing, especially to a rival in a big game like that. But all things considered, I was pretty satisfied with how I performed that game, but I did have fun playing defense.
Could you talk about like what that rivalry is like and what the big game's like?
So I'm not from this area. I know if you ask other people, they probably have a lot stronger opinions about it. In terms of the game itself, it's just like any other game. The energy is pretty electric out there for those rivalry games.
You missed last season due to an injury. What was it like watching your team from the sidelines?
So my injury, obviously I had a broken hip, so I was out for a year, and the whole time I was on the sidelines. I mean, the sidelines is only like 3% of what I was doing. I'm on the sidelines, I'm cheering them on, enjoying the games, rain or shine, just trying to be there to support my team. Just during that whole season while I was on the sidelines, I'm just working super hard in the weight room, doing so much rehab, doing so much weightlifting, just trying to get my body back into conditioning to play.
As a defensive lineman, what is that like? What's the rush like of being on the line?
I really enjoy it. It's very combative. So I was a wrestler in high school. I was a state champion in Arizona, wrestled for 7 years, been a martial arts practitioner. I apply a lot of that sort of training, or that martial arts training, wrestling, whatever, towards my defensive line play. And it's fun when the pressure's on and you know you got to make that sack, you know you got to make that tackle when it starts getting down to the nitty-gritty, and you just got to perform. I mean, it's stressful, but I enjoy that pressure.
What was your favorite game that you ever played here?
It was 2020 when we played Oregon. We played 4 games that season. It was our last game of the season, and it was our only win of the season. And that game was just heated. That was another game where I really felt like I performed pretty well. And our whole team was just going after it. You could tell that every single guy was putting their all into it. We earned that game because we just played so hard. We played smart. We definitely did everything we could to have the refs' calls in our favors and whatnot. I gave that game my everything, and so did everyone else.
What was it like running on the field as a freshman? Talk to me about like what it's like to have the Bear family behind you guys.
It definitely means the world. Our fans are awesome. I really enjoy seeing the stadium packed, but it's always so much better when we have fans there, especially people that you know. Like, I like to glance at the stands like real quickly after a drive and see someone that I know from class, a friend.
Would you want to talk about the outlook for Cal this season?
For Cal this season, I'm expecting big things. A lot of our older guys that have been around for a long time, they all are off onto the NFL now. Definitely spots open for leadership opportunities, and I'm seeing a lot of good leadership coming out of this team right now. A lot of talented guys stepping up, a lot of talented guys working hard, a lot of talented guys that really want to win, and I think that will show this season.
So if you look directly behind me up there, that is Cal's Memorial Stadium club room. So they hosted all the student athletes when they had graduation here on the field. All up in the top, we have our annual end of the year swim team banquet. And during football games, that's where all the big wigs sit. The chancellor, the athletic director, all Cal football recruits, etc. It's absolutely beautiful up there. Let's go take a quick tour of it. All right, thanks so much guys for following along today on my tour of Cal's Memorial Stadium and an inside look at Cal football. Make sure, as always, to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time in the video. Go Bears.